Hi Aquarius, this is your reading. Let's get into it, shall we? So, don't forget to check out the notifications. Um, as you subscribe, you'll get notifications for the videos that I put out. Also, it's good to check the star signs in your birth chart as well, just in case you need to look into other areas of your life that may resonate with other readings that I do, and then you'll get better clarity from those things. Okay, so just want to say thank you for coming forward and joining this channel, and let's get into your reading. So Aquarius, I'm hearing don't speak to me again. Okay, so someone could be walking away telling you don't speak to me again. All right, there could be a water sign here, or it could be you that feel this way, as an Aquarius. um, you may not know which way to go with a person, or may not know what to do with your own mind. At times you feel like feeling out a problem could be easier for you to move on from, and then never really want to do it, but still sit there and ideally may not actually move on. So you may not have properly moved on from something here. Okay, it does say the idea for you to move on from it would be beneficial so that you can see what you're doing, but you don't feel like moving on, and you could be ideally putting someone else in a jeopardy situation. Okay, so you could be putting someone else in a bad situation if you don't move on properly from something here. There is some feelings here, for you to see that you just don't know which way to go, and you do regret being ready with an idea to walk away from it. Okay. Okay. It may not be you, but it could be a fire sign, or it could be a fraudulent mind game of a person. It could also be some type of. It could also be someone that's very insultive as well. I'm picking up there is an earth sign here that is very insultive. They've got a lot to say about a certain person. If it's not you, it could be someone else around you, because I do hear like this person giving off a lot of name calling. Maybe you name call someone, or maybe someone else name calls you if it's not a Capricorn that you're dealing with, or a water sign person here. But it does say someone doesn't want you to see that you are brilliant at things in your mind at times, and you are very brilliant at things. You just can't understand where you're going with it, and you may not warn yourself enough that you're good at things on your own. So you may need some support or help from someone else to see it. You may not even understand why you um pick on your mind, or maybe even not feel like you're doing it, but you do feel like there could be something stagnant here, or maybe even underneath the surface quiet, and not really understand why it is. You could be hiding that you don't want to see something great about yourself, but maybe you feel like you could see it if you just took the time off to understand why you needed some time out. Okay, it does say there's some concerns here, or some worries here, which is true. And it does say you have ideally picked on something, even the government see, maybe even trying to say that you have laws to build something or do something would be ideally good for you if you try to travel through your mind to understand where it's going. It does say you could understand things to the cows come home. I never want to see you again in your mind to say that you've got bad news. Okay, so someone doesn't even want to see you in bad news as well. All right, or may not want to see someone else around you in bad news. Okay, it could be an earth sign, it could be a Libra, it could be an air sign, or it could be anybody. Okay, it does say that someone here is completely justifying why they should never have picked on you. And it also says, I know why, because I've been open and seeing that I've been picking on them too. This could be a Gemini that's been picking on you, or picking on another person around you. They know they've been picking on the same person as you. Okay, someone has feelings that they are praying not to speak, but they know that they've been doing this. Okay, they know they've been doing this. Could even be a Pisces, or even some type of perspective of you know it could be a Cancerian or Capricorn, or someone's worldly views. It does say someone has views of earth or worldly views that they don't want to see could actually happen, so they pick on the person. And it does say many times over, if you pick on her, it's not going to help you to see differently. You have to go through what you want to go through. Why do you have to justify what you see from her and then think it's going to happen to you? It does say you promised yourself not to see things from a perspective of everyone. So why are you targeting one person when they don't talk to you about everything that they are doing to sponsor other people's opinions of what could happen to them. Where are you going with this? Okay. And this is, you know, information for you, where someone's trying to make you aware of something, someone's trying to make you understand something here from a different perspective. You know, Aquarius, I know that I could come forward and take you back in your mind to remind you who you are. Okay, so someone wants you to, you know, remember who you are. And this could be a fire sign person. Okay, this person's been struggling to rush in, but it looks like they do want to come in. Or it could be an earth sign person here, maybe someone that you're married to, or it could be someone that's committed to you in some type of way to control your mindset or your feelings. Okay. It does say Mr. I don't care wants to come forward and sex you or play mind games with you. And he does know he's repeating this again and again. Every night he will play games with you and tell you off, that he wants to come back to you and love make on you, but doesn't know how to come back. He does know he's a liberty-taking, nine-minded Capricorn, and he knows that you are spending the night with someone else. So he could be, you know, wanting to come back in your life, but he knows that you're with someone else, okay? He may not want to see you again after he knows what I'm going to do to him, says someone else. Okay, this could be an earth sign. This earth sign could be holding on to judgment and picking on someone else to tell them that it's them that's going to deal with the evil mindset of theirs. So this person seems to be holding on to someone else's spirit and using them to target someone else. But it also says this man knows why he's doing that. He wants to believe that anyone could come forward and tell him off once he's got the information from someone that he knows does readings or does cards, so that he could target them for the personal traitor that they are. It does say no one said that he's going to get this person under their thumb now in their own head, or under his thumb now in his head, because he has to pick on himself, or a cell gel, or a mental health, or a problem with his mental health, pineal glands, or whatever it is that he uses to pick on another person. Okay. It does say, speaking of that, he would never want to come forward and see you again, but he knows that he also wants to pray for you or give you information to help you understand why you're picked on. Okay, it does say sometimes you read or you look into things or you study, and you do know that you look into things all the time. So why do you get picked on all the time? It also says, why do you always feel like you want to be picked on? Sometimes you may not know it, but you are picking on us and I'm picking on you. So maybe these people could feel blamed in some type of way, Aquarius, that you don't realize that you're picking on them, but that's the reason why they're picking on you. But you feel like you're always being picked on by these people. Okay, and it does say many times over, your tone or your mental health or your attitude towards them could be a reason why. Okay, it does say some of you are dealing with this and some of you are not. Many times over, people could pick on you all the time and never see why. Okay, it does say, I know that I have to sort this out or change. I'm not changing, but I want to know this is going to change though. So you may not want to change, but you want to know the situation is going to change. Okay, it does say some of you guys may not know how to change, and you're wondering, how can I change this? Who's going to help me change this? But it does say the situation is invested in you. How do you change? And how do you change a scenario? Who changes you when you can't change yourself? It also says someone else doesn't want to know that you've changed unless you know that you're changing your own mind about something. If they do change, then they do change. But how do you try to pick on your own self to say, I'm going to get myself out of a situation? I may need time and effort, but I want to see you one day. So someone wants to take their time and effort, but they want to see you someday. They could be a little bit worried, but they want to see you someday. There is some feelings here of something being straddled, like something straddling the fence. It could be a member of the family that's taking the brunt with some finances, or some type of eviction notice, or even problems with the law. Ideally, if you see you're going through this, then you are the problem. It does say you mentally ill, evil mind game man. And it does say a man is doing this more than a female. It does say when you realize I picked on you and you didn't want to pick on me, but I picked on you just to see if you was going to help me, and you never helped me. Not when will I see you help me? So this person still being given a chance by you, Aquarius. It looks like you could be still giving this person a chance to help you. Okay, even though you're upset about them not helping you. And it does say many times over, if you're dealing with a water sign female or earth sign female, you could be the one hurting them. Okay. No one said that I could pick on you more than you pick on yourself. I realized I should never have stole from you, taken from you, or took advantage of you. Mr. Mind Game. Okay, this could be Aquarius. or it could be a Sagittarius, it could be a Scorpio, it could be a Pisces, contemplating whether or not you've seen it, but there could be two females that are involved in a planetary curse and doesn't know how to support this, but they practice voodoo on your behalf behind the scenes for some of you guys that are going through this. But other than that, there's a negative mental health structure that's pleasing you to go back to school, or telling you to go back to your classroom, or even go back to your education, or go back to your sentimental values where you saw something could help or work with you or work on you or work against you. Okay, does say someone here wants to pick on you with the idea instead, and this person keeps picking on a family member instead of looking at themselves about what it is that they need to achieve or look into. Someone here doesn't know how to stop but pleases themselves and laughs at the situation many times over to pick on a child or a family member to help them trial and error a situation, which is to pick on themselves again and again and harm them. It does say you keep harming a child around you, or you keep harming the situation with a sentimental value ship with a parent, and you don't know how to stop. It does say many of you are trying to warn yourself that you can't stop doing this. You have to see something from your perspective. Even if they phone you or call you, you do not want to hear that they're changing, but you don't want to hear that you're changing, and you can't hear yourself think or even speak about the situation more than this. You just don't know where to go or what to do. You may be challenged or challenging a situation more than you need to, and it does say blame somebody. Go on, because you could be blaming someone too much that's going to curse you one day. And it does say someone here wants to curse you or curse someone else around you, even a home. It does say someone doesn't want to harm you. So don't be afraid of who I am, because I'm never coming back to harm you. I know this because you've dealt with me in a way that I can't harm you. And I realized that when I told myself I should never have challenged her too much to the point she's going to harm herself. Now I realize she's harming herself, or someone's told me she could harm herself. You do know what you're doing is too harsh or too heavy for her to bear. Now she has to run away and hide. You could have harmed this person so much to the point where she had to remove herself and move on. Okay, that could be you that's doing this to someone. It also could be some type of teacher. Okay, or there could be a Gemini here that's saying this or has done this to you, or it's being done to. There could also be a fire sign here as well. We've also got some type of institution of marriage partner here as well. Okay, does say I laugh because many times over I should have took the time out to see that I was going to harm you, and I wanted to, but I realized I should just break up from this, because why am I teaching you a lesson that's never going to end? You know, I've been playing around with your life forever and ever, and jaw-dropping news came out so many times because I keep picking on you. Well done. I noticed that it's me. I've been dealing with you like this. Aquarius, you know that you've been doing this. Scorpio has not been the one that's picking on herself. She knows that she picks on herself sometimes, but realize she's not going to keep picking on her brain the way you've picked on her, and realize that someone is telling her off in her head because she's trying to move on past it. No one knows why the spell is not working, because she's picked on her brain too much, being a part of your mind, your life, or your attributes. And now she realized that she's been picked on by her own sentimental values. Her spirit is telling her off, keeps targeting her and harming her. She understands why she keeps being picked on, but she doesn't know if it's going to ever end. She realized that she's got to speak to a laughing stock mental health nurse or doctor one day to see if it can end, or maybe even troubling her, target her mind to say it's going to stop. She knows that she could witness herself pass out or maybe even harm herself from this, because you try to harm her way too much in the womb. It says when you're studying yourself mentally in the womb, you realize that you picked on her mostly when she was in the stomach of yours. Ideally, even pregnancy harmed her. It does say you know that you probably shouldn't have gave her bad news in the womb. You could have cursed her many times over with your spells, or targeting her, being mad at your own self and telling her that you do not know how to stop this because you hate yourself so much. So you could have harmed a child inside of you. For some of you guys, I'm not saying this is for all of you, but for some of you guys, you could have harmed your own child because you self-hate it way too much, whether that was substance abuse or just depression, like some serious depression, or maybe some of you guys have got mental health and have passed it down to your family members through pregnancy. Okay, it does say some of you guys are dealing with bad news, and only me, just me, understands things. Why is that? If I can understand all this, how come I've got the bad news? Where is it going? And if I do have good news, why is it that I've got bad news too? Who's liberty taking on me? It does say you do know that you lie a lot. Because anytime you say you got good news, you ain't got good news. But then when was I going to see that I've got good news? If I don't have good news, why am I telling myself a lie? I can see things, hear things, and I understand things. So who's telling me that I don't? Exactly. When was the curse going to stop going around in circle? Who's going to stop the curse other than you? It does say Sagittarius doesn't know how to stop it, but Scorpio does. And if Scorpio does, then Sagittarius will mind its business and walk away. In the next week or two, Scorpio is going to see Sagittarius run off the building and ride themselves off to a place of no commitment. It does say Sagittarius, you do know you have to walk away from this spell. Because no one told you to get involved in a Scorpio's mindset and pick on her to the point she's harming herself. Okay. No one's saying that Scorpio has to end their life, but Scorpio will see that Sagittarius is moving their mind away from Scorpio's mind in a way that it's a bad enemy energy, and a good tarot reader can come out of this woman now that she's spoken about this, because she's now Gemini or she's Aquarius, but she's also going to be Sagittarius sometimes in her mind. She may not feel like she's Sagittarius, but she is. And then she understands that she's not Sagittarius because she can understand that she can move on with placeholdments in her head. Like, I do know that someone's there in my mind, but who is it? Is it Sag? Is it Scorpio? Is it a water sign? Who is it? Who's going to be there in my mind to tell me that I'm better off in my mind than dead? Yeah. So someone here talks to themselves in a way where they can hear their own spirit, their own spiritual guide system, their mental spiritual guide system. And it could be an Aquarius that has placed a spell on their mind, telling them that they had bad news all the days of their life, and evil was there. It does say blessings could come of this now that she's moved past things, or she's even understood things. She doesn't know everything, but she knows that people have picked on her brain way too much in her life and wanted her to struggle in her mental health or even being alive. She regrets this and doesn't want to challenge the situation. She realizes she sees the problems in her mind but doesn't want to hear bad news. She can hear herself think, and she does know that. She doesn't want to change anything bad in her mind, or she does, but she wants to see that it changes in a natural way, not in a way that is causing her to laugh at herself and look at her shadow side. Okay. It does say sometimes you do see things in a way that you do know who you are. Gosh, I know who you are, and I'm not going to let go of your mindset being bad, but I will one day. Just promise me that you'll stop laughing at me, because I noticed that you were laughing at me way too much. When I placed the spell on you, I laughed at you so much to the point that I hurt, but I can't stop laughing at you again. If you laugh at me, I'm going to laugh at you. So who is this? This could be another Aquarius. We've got Pisces here as well. Could be a water sign, but I just don't know. Okay, got fire sign there as well. It does say someone here knows who it is. It's a placeholder for you just until June, and it does say June. It's gonna go away. Someone's gonna walk away from planetary curses. Someone placed a spell on you. It's just like that. Someone put a spell and told you that you've got to move forward with bad omens. Now it's a negative vibe that I've placed on you. People will pick on you until I tell them to move on. Okay, there could be an earth sign or a Virgo there. It does say Queen of the Night. I know this because you're very, very mad at me. I should have never put a spell on you. Evil man said he put a spell on you. Water sign man is here. We've got Pisces, or we have Cancerian energy here. Okay, it does say sometimes you really feel like it could be them, when it's also someone that is close to you, like a father. It could even be a father as well for some of you guys that didn't know it was a dad that did this to you. It does say someone here should accused you more, or accused you more, but they didn't. They said that you're too cute for me to harm, but I realized I placed the spell too many times over in my head and told you was never going to be good enough for me. Okay, so someone could have been attacking your child, or attacking you, or attacking someone around you, Aquarius. And it does say sometimes even the Scorpio doesn't believe it, but this man did attack me, and I realized that my fucked up mind tells me off that I could have cursed you too when he cursed me. So many times he cursed me, but didn't I tell you that he cursed me? Then I realized I haven't told you many times over what happened to me. So now when I curse you, I've been cursing you and laughing at you, and you don't even know what's going on. Yeah, so some of you guys never really told your child what was going on. Okay, if she's an adult child now. And it does say some of you guys are dealing with a water sign that never told you what was going on when she was absolutely tired of the mindset of the man that harmed her. She could have been with a Gemini or even an Aquarius man. She was with someone that targeted you for problems in your head and harmed you so many times that she didn't realize that she was harming you and targeting your mental health with problems. Okay. It does say some of you are dealing with Geminis, cursed by a Pisces, or even another water sign. Co-commitments here with Cancerian, or maybe even telling yourself that you could have never given yourself more time than loving yourself like they do now. They miss you and want to know you, but they just can't get to you anymore. Okay, so Cancerian could miss you, or another water sign could miss you, but they just can't get to you anymore. Okay, that sounds like a man. It does say you've walked away from them, so you're not dealing with them anymore, and you would rather curse them and blackmail them and kiss your teeth and walk off anyway. Okay. It does say some of you guys dealt with drugs or maybe abuses that had drugs in them and didn't know how to support drugs. In your mind, only when you saw bad news come, you said to yourself, you have drugs. Now someone's ready to target you with bad news or bad omens about drugs. Did you know that someone could curse you and tell you that you've got drugs in your head and that's the reason why you did something bad? Do you know that you always told yourself if you use something, you're going to use this as a powerful weapon to beat yourself up and harm yourself even more? Did you realize I heard you when you said that? I didn't realize I heard that, but I heard it. So now I heard it, I'm going to use it against you. But I have to say again, you must be on drugs in your head to want to say that. Now I realize I can punish you with the same punishment that you gave yourself. And then I realize if I do this, I'm going to harm her because she keeps harming me with the same problem that I have, a drug addiction. I promised myself that I was never going to smoke again, but I smoke weed. Okay, so some of you guys smoke weed. And you may have told yourself that you're going to punish this person with something that you felt like they were doing in regards to smoking weed or taking some type of drugs, and using that as a powerful weapon to protect themselves, or maybe even using the idea of having mental health to protect themselves. It does say some of you really regret the idea and want to punish yourself even more for telling yourself that you used the drug. If some of you do go down for any fraud or any problems later on in life, you're going to get evicted in your mind about it. It does say people do not have to go through any bad news about drugs or problems that they went through when they was tired of the mindset of other people's telling them that they didn't have to go through the problem when they knew they went through the problem. Even when they did, it says you will understand why one day. So someone says you will understand why one day. Okay, why you probably never had to go through the problem. It does say that you may not have to go through, or you will, but even if you do, you will not get in trouble. Okay, so some of you guys are just not going to get in trouble for it. And it does say why, because we don't have to planetary curse you just because you want to step in stone with someone else and sleep with them, or even tell them that you don't want to sleep with them, and you don't really know who you are, as your planets are telling you, I'm cursed. I've got to curse you because you never know who you are. I don't know who you are and you don't know who you are. So who are you? Sleeping around, are we? They'll say you slept around. So if you slept around, you deal with someone that slept around. I know I never slept around. I cursed you though. I told you was going to sleep around, or someone was going to tell you off to make you feel like you could have to sleep around to get problems. Okay, and this sounds like it was this sounds like a Scorpio had cursed someone ongoing and planned to shut someone down, or shut down some options for someone to defend themselves with a child, or just to defend their beauty or their awareness with something here. It does say your mother never knew how much you understood things, and if she did, she would curse the living hell out of you. And I know why, because I'm going to curse you too. Mr. I don't care. Scorpio says he's never going to let me go. I know this, but I don't want you to know that, says Scorpio. And Scorpio said this to me. I know this because I'm a Virgo, okay? Scorpio might have said this to this Virgo. She could be a female. She doesn't believe that she's also had good karma with you and the man that you slept with, or another man that you may not have slept with, or the man that you had fell pregnant with while you was in the same predicament. Your child went through a bad omen. Okay, so you could have been, your child could have been cursed because of this omen. It does say something of that nature, but not exactly in the same way. And if she's cursed one day, she's going to be brought down to justice. And maybe even counterfeit money could be in her mind right now about why she never spent enough time giving you good karma with your money. She could be in problems with legal matters pending right now, but she's not going to give you that. And she never knows why she could harm herself more than this, because she never gave herself them problems. Now she's struggling to believe that she has any problems, but she doesn't want to give herself problems. So even if the laughing stock legacy continues, it does say bad news for whoever's going to pick on her and her mum. Someone's got to pick on her mum. Only her mother's got to be picked on, because I told you, if I don't get good karma with my brain, I'm going to pick on a parent. It's got to be the grandparent of a son, and he knows who he is. He's also going to be a laughing stock Leo, and the Leo is going to get karma with his brain if he doesn't stop picking on his parent or his mum. He knows why, because he's picked on her many times with problems of hers to see what she's doing. Okay. He doesn't want to know that she's picked on, but ideally, if Scorpio doesn't stop getting picked on, she knows why. Leo's got to stop the curse. Ideally, Sagittarius has got to stop cursing her. And even if Scorpio is cursing her, it's because Sag doesn't know it, but he's cursed her too many times. He cursed her while she was in the womb. Cursed her. So he may have cursed her in the womb. Okay, this could even be a parent of hers that cursed the child in the womb. Does say nothing set in stone, but people keep picking on Scorpio. Ideally, if Scorpio doesn't stop picking on themselves, they're going to pick on anyone until they pick. Whoa, it says Scorpio male, not the female, but also the female. Now, is it a female or is it a male that keeps getting picked on right now today? It does say anytime now. If June comes and Sagittarius doesn't move on, Sagittarius could move on and harm Scorpio's mind. Scorpio does know this because she doesn't know how to stop being picked on by Scorpio moon energy of Scorpio. That might have to be looked into. It does say Scorpio does know now to look into it. It does say one of these days Scorpio will get picked on by the moon energy of Scorpio, because Scorpio and Scorpio don't get along. Why is that? Scorpio doesn't mean to pick on the other Scorpio, but the man keeps picking on the female. It does say the man keeps picking on the female, and when the female wants to strike, she will pick on him as well, but they have to stop picking on each other. Now, anytime now, Scorpio is going to stop picking on the female. If he does stop picking on her, he's going to pick on you. Any one of you out there, but he's got to protect his loving, sexy female, the water sign Scorpio. Wow. Now, is that better? It does say it is better, but it's not that great if you're going to pick on everyone. But I know that you need to stop picking on me. I'm your loving counterfeit. I'm your counterpart. I'm your Scorpio. Stop picking on me. Okay. They're being warned to stop picking on their counterpart. I don't want to pick on you, but I do know that you've been picked on, and I can't stop using you as bait to get to everyone else. Yeah, Scorpio man needs to stop using their counterpart to pick on everyone else. Does say when you realize that he should have never told you this, but he has now because he needed to speak about it. Now Scorpio is being told by the water sign man that he is going to stop picking on her. What are you going to do, Aquarius? Because you have brewed in violence to harm the Scorpio woman. Now you realize you've been harming her way too much. Are you dealing with Scorpios? Because now you've got to deal with the Scorpio man coming in for revenge. He's going to harm you, and he's going to take care of your mental health one by one. Kicking off in the next 2 weeks to a month, he's going to be there picking on water sign males again, or Scorpio females, but one day at a time. He's ready for Aquarius to be gone. Don't sleep with the water sign man, it says. I know this. Scared as hell could be another child borrowing your time to speak about why he would never come back to harm you. It does say he knows why he should stop harming the Scorpio female. He wonderfully understands this, and he's aware of this too. He's brilliant in his mind at wonderfully understanding why he needs to stop. But are you going to stop though? I need to hear it. Are you going to stop? Okay, so someone needs to hear that this person is going to stop. Okay, it could be someone that's hiding right now. It could be a Leo, or it could be an earth sign. It could be even another water sign person like a Cancerian, or it could be an air sign person. It could even be you, Aquarius, that's saying this. It says, I know who. And it does say Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is going to make sure that the I'm hearing a person's name again. It could be Ken, or it could be Carlton. I'm also hearing Carl, or I'm hearing a Kanisha or a Kayla. I'm hearing a Coral, or a Virgo, Sagittarius moon, who is a Pisces, or also a Nuruddin or a Nurapa. Yeah, I'm hearing a few different names. It says, no one's stopping this man from killing you, but he has to stop killing his own child. Only when Ken knew that he was killing me, I told him to kill you. And I told him, don't come and kill me, you kill her. And this is Aquarius or an air sign saying this. And is using Sagittarius to sort out some type of illness or sickness or something that's been left out. Okay. Does say, when you realize that I've been using you to kick off, I'm not going to tell you. I know why I'm doing this, because you're not going to harm me through your father. You're going to use your father to harm me. And I told my little girl, the one that cares about me more than you, to stop bullying me. And she didn't stop bullying me, did she? She started attacking me more. And I realized now she's not here, she's attacking my spirit even more. Okay. And this could be a Libra. Okay. It does say water sign Scorpio is not attacking her, but she realized the Scorpio has attacked her too many times in her head and she didn't know how to stop. It does say, when you're an Aquarius woman, you may not even think about things in your mind. At times you want the perspective to stop or end. You may even look at things from a different point of view, but you need to see why you're not even picked on as much. You have been giving yourself good karma in your mind about things you need to do. And you laugh because you made fun of yourself, or you gave yourself good news. Well done. Move on, because I never want to see you again in the bad news, but I wonder, could you have good news? It does say a man here doesn't want to see you again, but he realizes he's got to see his child, and he's got to see his family, and he's got to see his friends one day on this earth, or never again. But he loves you. He just doesn't want to know you no more. And he's a water sign man, Aquarius man, or he could be a Sagittarius man or female. Okay. And it does say, when they do get together, they part ways. So they won't stay together. And it does say, when he does, he's bringing forth a man that doesn't want to see a family member anymore, but he's doing this in a new energy. And we'll see you soon. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'll speak to you in your next reading. Ciao for now. Bye.